ฮัลโหล
would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
ฮัลโหลได้ยินแล้วใช่ไหมตอบแน่ฮัลโหลเล่นแล้วได้เล่นแล้ว
So thirsty.
Mìnhจะเป็นคนรู้จักหรอไม่นะจะทำอย่างนี้ไม่นะไม่
My sweet brother. What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no! Mary! Hold on! Please, hold on! Oh, God. Oh, no. Mary. Mary. No. 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 This horror. It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain! These patrols are after me. No, no, don't shoot! This is a nightmare. I need to get out of here. This can't be happening. Over there! There's one of them. No, please, stop! I mean you no harm. What's going on? Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about?
Has it fled? Shit, where'd it go?
Now, I can defend myself.
Tricky bastards.
Kill the thing! Over there! Fuck!
Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice. Who are you? Stupid beast! Sorry.
Look at it! Vicious
No,
bugger!
please, stop!
Let's see how it likes a bit of fire!
Who are you?
He's dead! Burn, vermin!
What do you want? I mean you no harm. I need help.
Die, you fucking leech!
Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this.
Shut up, beast!
Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name?
That'll do the rest of the job.
Just leave me. The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone. I need to find somewhere to hide. Let me go! I need to find shelter.
เจสีทำได้ดีกว่านะ
Is anybody there?
ใครอยู่แม่
What is this place?
นั่นเองเขาก็เป็นอดีตนะแต่หน้าเกมมันแปลกๆจริง
The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
ฮัลโหลฮัลโหลโอ้ย
Brother, what have you done?
Mary! Mary! Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
มึงไงทำไม่มีใครทำเอานั่นแหละมึงทำน้องมึงเองเปิดแบบพลังจิตแล้วได้เป็นภาษาแต่ตัวเรื่องไม่กลัวแสงอาทิตย์ได้ไงไม่กลัวแสงไม่กลัวดวงอาทิตย์หรือไฟที่กำลังไหม้แล้วพวกมันไม่ได้ตายเป็นเปลวไฟหรือขี้เถ้าเหมือนพวกมันอยู่ใต้ฟ้าแสงอาทิตย์เวลากลางวันแต่มันจะเจ็บและทรมานจริงๆฉันผูกมัดเป็นพากับต้นไม้เพื่อจะทดสอบดูว่าเกิดอะไรขึ้นเมื่อวันอาทิตย์ขึ้นและพอพระอาทิตย์ขึ้นผิวของมันดำคล้ำขึ้นกายภายในกายไม่กี่นาที ในดวงตาเนื้อหนังละลายไปต่อหน้าต่อตาฉันและที่สำคัญได้เห็นกระดูกที่ไม่บริสุทธิ์ของมันเคลื่อนที่และส่งเสียงดังราวกับสัตว์ร้ายพยายามในตอนท้ายเรากับมีเพียงศพที่เพิ่งถูกผึ่งให้แห้งอยู่ใช้ไฟหอมกับของที่เท่ากับไฟเขาสั่งให้กูที่สุดตัดจริงเราแพ้ไฟฮัลโหลไม่มีอะไรเลย
I had better remain here until nightfall.
ข้ามมาครับอุ้ยเอามันไม่หมดเลยขนลุก
Wait. This one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
เดี๋ยววนของ
That's impossible.
เดี๋ยวเดินไม่ได้เหรอเดินแบบอันนี้วิ่งเดินแบบคนปกติเขาเดินกันเดินไหมถ้าเป็นเบสิกมันก็เข้าใจเราล็อกได้เนาะมาพายไม่เงา
12 dreams for the Red Queen that sleeps under crown stone, that she might linger longer, her eyes as white as wool.
Who goes there?
A prayer for the summoned by warrior song. A child born from darkness must take scent of his path.
Who's there? Are you referring to me? No! No! I still have so much to accomplish.
อ๋อจะกินอะไร
I still have so much left that needs doing.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now!
No! There's time. I can save him.
That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Done. He'll live.
And now what?
We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing. No, it never got easy.
ใช้แล้ว
This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it. So be it. Rational thinking only. This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Madness it is, as mad as the moon, contains blinding sunlight into a glowing reflection.
That voice in my head.
หมูปิ้ง ไปดูไหมถามไม่ตอบนะ
กินไหมเล่นกินไหม
กินก็ได้
ถ้าไม่กินเขาก็เสียงได้ไม่เป็นเขาก็ไม่
ก็หนูหิวจะพาไปซื้ออะไรไงเขาก็จะแย่งหนูกินจิ๊บจิ๊บจิ๊บจิ๊บ
เขาไม่หิวมากเขาหิวนิด
กินขนมไปในตู้เย็นมีช็อกโกแลตนะเนี่ยอะไร
If I'm not mad, then it must belong to the one who made me what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become.
ไหนวะโน้ตไหนอ่ะงับโน้ตไหนเดินยังไงเดินแบบเมื่อกี้อะควบคุมการเดินทางคิวไหนวะ
Where is it? It's closed.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Here's the leech. Here! My head's spinning.
Oi! Come out, you coward!
I cannot enter. It's locked. I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End. Go back home.
Die, vermin!
There's a strength I never knew I had. It's locked, all right.
Not been bitten.
It's a leech! Kill it!
This shouldn't be
That leash is
My sinew, every fiber of my being is afire. My strength, my reflexes. I'm not human anymore. My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us. I have this thirst for blood. I cannot enter. It's locked. The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it. It's locked, all right. I cannot enter. This is despicable. What will London have to say to me? It's locked, all right. I've so many questions unanswered. Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum?
เดี๋ยวไหมล่ะ
เ
The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant. Fresh blood. The smell is so strong. Where has everyone gone? According to the blood patterns, that's where the victim was attacked. So that must be the killer's trail.
ว่าเป็นคนแบบไหนมีแต่ FC นางในเฟซนางก็เลยไม่มีใครรู้หรอก
แบบในแคปชั่นเหมือนคนเนี่ยที่เป็นอยู่เลยจะนั่งรับมาหน้าสำคัญอยู่ที่ไม่เคยจ่ายงวดเลย
เอาเขาเป็นคนออกมาไหมเขาก็ต้องนั่งออกมาให้ก็ดีแต่ตัวแต่เอาเองดิ
จ่ายงวด
อืมใครอะใช่เป็นคนขี้อวดมากๆ ไม่เป็นไร
Boys get what's coming to them.
At last, a little life.
Welcome, sir, to the Turquoise Turtle. My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't die of flu.
Do the police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and no one cares.
Where am I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
How long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Well, like a gentleman, I guess. Well dressed, quite polite. A professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And, sir...
Yes?
No funny business, you hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
I think I'm losing my mind.
Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask...
Wow, you...
Yes. I apologize.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry.
What's going... Who is...
It's a local...
You make it sound like it's...
People will always believe it.
Who is this?
It's a local bogeyman. Convenient...
Has...
Can't say. Sorry.
This is important, sir.
I don't know and I don't care.
I'll leave you...
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them. Hello, sir. Are you all right?
I don't know.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom, then.
I just want to talk.
I'm not afraid, sir.
I only see...
Oh. Well, yeah.
What's
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic.
What have you heard about...
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah. Killed so many last summer.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now.
The murders.
Bodies found in the streets every morning.
The sewer dog. What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around.
What is this?
This is Tom's bar. A turquoise
You don't seem to have much business.
Most people are sleeping right now. And that...
Are you always...
No, it's... Oh.
I'll leave that.
Not long ago, this sort of mess would have given me a laugh.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
This is no place for you. Pre-Wen has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone is eavesdropping.
Are you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you?
I mean you no harm.
Saith the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word. With anyone.
Well, that's something I can do for you. And who might you be?
Tell me, who are you?
First, tell me what you want. Then I may tell you.
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
You seem the expert. How would that be?
I have my secrets, as you have yours.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
And what exactly is...
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then...
What have you uncovered?
It started a few nights ago.
How different?
A vampire is at work here.
I heard another voice.
Ridiculous. I've no idea.
Something tells me...
Then the feeling is mutual.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
A shadow, indeed. Yet I heard his voice in my head. There was a moment I believed I was mad.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I will at last have the answers to my questions.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again. I'm certain we shall meet again.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me.
Evening, sir.
I have a few questions.
Well, if you...
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight. And I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please, tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk, as usual. My God, his eyes. His face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
ก็จะเป็นหัวออกมาเลยไม่มีเส้น
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me.
Hello, sir.
Neil.
I'll leave you to your bottle.
ใช่รอบๆด้วยรอบๆไป
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What do you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay? Things are turning for the worse around here. I told you all there was to know.
Hello, Neil. I'll leave you to your bottle then.
I'm occupied presently.
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me. Not long ago, this sort of mess would have given me a laugh.
I cannot enter. I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city? The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. What's this? Some sort of note. These men, they're a company of professional vampire hunters. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge. ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line.
Shut that foolish mouth, please.
No time I can remember. But I've only been part of the guard 3 weeks to the day.
It's locked.
Shut up, Mr. Billy. If the man says a bloodsucker's dug in here, you've got one job, and that's to find it.
I'd head back if I were you, sir.
นี่เป็นแค่บ่าวอะเนี่ยมึงเป็นบ่าวจริงหรือเปล่าเนี่ย
It's locked, all right.
คนสุดเลยเหรอคนเนี้ย
ดูขึ้นเสียงเลยสัส
Stupid fucking beast! There's one of them vermin!
That's this nest of them cleaned out.
I like their screams when you burn them alive. We won't see any of these bastards back here again.
Hey, watch yourselves! There's one of them! Bastards!
Murdering bastard! Watch out, lad! Filthy piece of shit!
It's locked.
เรียกแม่หญิงเชย เฮ้ยเก้
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
We shall overcome this. We've done it before.
Quench my thirst. I must have more.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
William, my arm. I can't feel it. Will, please, let go of me.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
ต้องกินยังกินเองดิ
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed this drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me. This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it? Be some subspecies of vampire. I must find a place to analyze the blood. It's locked, all right. It's locked. Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again, from a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, The Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
เคยเห็นบาดบินไหมวิวโค้งใส่หัวอย่างเงี้ย
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that! Nah! It's my turn!
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Bastard gave me a good poke. Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insult me again and I'll put an end to your misery right now.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
dance with him the dance of life and death.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Hurry now, Doctor. It's freezing here.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
How are things?
Not good, to say the least. We're
An invisible...
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks...
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying...
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should...
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill.
Is there anyone...
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr.
Why should his age be a...
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits.
Oh, มันเป็นอย่างอ้วน
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me.
No. I may disagree with some conduct.
Goodbye, nurse.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can...
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor.
Thank you.
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital.
I would like to ask a few questions. And Mr. Hampton?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing with...
If you could...
Second floor of the hospital, left after...
What kind?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would...
Apologies, I've only just met him.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compact...
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about...
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator...
Thank you, Nurse Crane. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a...
That's quite a blunt...
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind.
I'm not sure I understand...
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be...
You have a keen eye. I learned to...
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you...
How is the...
You want to hear the situation is...
So what do you do exactly?
I've been an ambulance driver since...
Since you're on the front line, how is the sound...
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting...
It sounds like...
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was...
You left an infected patient outside the hospital.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not...
Are you really smuggling weapons through the...
And why not? I've already been...
But you're not defending yourself.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another...
I'd like to see your...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable... Safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
ฟื้นเหรอเหมือนตอนนี้เขายังไม่ได้ดูใช่
Safer here than anywhere else.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening.
Goodbye, nurse. Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently...
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated.
How would you describe...
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff.
You must get a hold of it.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one...
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic...
How long have you been...
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just...
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation.
Why does Milton dislike Doc?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned.
Goodbye, nurse. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed.
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well...
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I...
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of pustulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome?
Never.
It's
delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you...
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me.
I see. Don't worry. These people...
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that...
I'm assuming you must be a patient.
It's a...
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from...
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal?
I'm curious to know who you were before.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have...
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark.
Giant morgue disguised as a
Daily
hospital.
routine.
That's Pembroke nowadays.
Good evening, sir.
Unless you're here to fix my face. No.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken...
You guessed right, Doctor. German
How is your stay with us?
Oh, it's bliss.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient?
It's the pain, sir. The drug...
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills.
Soldier.
I'm fine. Fear and disgust on every street corner. Daily routine.
Good evening, Mr. Elwell.
Evening. It's the...
Who is treating you?
Nobody since the old and tired doctors.
You don't seem...
My face hurts so much more when I smile.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what...
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How close are you to Miss Hallcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time...
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beaut.
So do you let her bite you? You know that...
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less...
And it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called...
In her madness, she never refers to my scars.
Goodbye for now.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Good evening, mister.
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sorry, I must...
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear...
You remained perfectly nice and polite.
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief.
How did you end up in William?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior.
Why did he abduct?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted...
Do you know Tom Watts?
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him...
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left...
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then?
Not really. Most men and women...
Do you know...
Tom? Yeah. Not really.
What is the general situation in the East End?
The situation has always been...
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the...
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for...
ทำตามนู้นอ่ะทำไมก้มสุดแล้วน่ะหนูสังเกตดูเฉยๆหรอ
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the...
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith, willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token.
Why didn't...
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not...
Have you made friends?
Not really. But
You never came to see her?
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton?
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion.
You're in good hands here. Doctor...
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is...
Goodbye, Mr.
It's locked, all right.
How can we be sure we're making a difference?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be...
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us... I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland.
Please, could you tell me something?
I'm a great admirer of your work.
What made you...
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with...
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able...
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Do you need help with it?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my person.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh,
I see. Well, you seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
What can...
Well...
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient.
This personal involvement...
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with...
Tell me...
Our first...
But why would he...
Because he is a proud father.
What? Well... You... question... Goodbye, Doctor.
What can I do for you, Doctor? I get...
Thank you, nurse.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already up.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me...
Tell me about...
I'm just a regular guy.
I was more curious...
I'm a carpenter.
Are you satisfied?
Well, it's clear that...
I won't lie to you about it.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself?
In other circumstances, you would be... Tell me about the doctors who are...
Strickland and Ackroyd.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site.
Tell me about your...
My wife died because of me. And now
How could your job be responsible for your...
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot...
You can't hold yourself responsible.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't...
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army.
What happened? I'm sorry for your loss.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer.
How are your children?
They were smaller then. Yep.
Goodbye for now.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Hospital seems to be falling. But in the circumstances, benefit of the doubt.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival.
Does my arrival in...
Let us just say that I don't
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd...
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking any...
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all...
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy?
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for...
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine...
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me.
Carelessness?
We're here to save lives. The people who try...
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego.
Tell me, Waverley, what do you think of Dr.
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride.
Are you thinking about something in...
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the...
And are you not afraid that you're right?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr.
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved...
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive.
And what exactly is that supposed?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike...
Be careful what you insinuate.
I only want you to admit you...
I don't see any reason why I should justify my actions to you.
That's true, Dr. Reed. The only judge has to be yourself. The question is, are you judging yourself hard enough?
It seems you have...
I refuse to...
We can at least agree on some...
I don't.
And what?
I said.
Be careful what you insinuate.
I only want you to.
I don't see any reason why I should justify my act.
That's true.
Thank you for your...
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good evening, madam. Can I...
It's my son who needs you.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Beatrice Goswick.
What can you tell...
Not much to say. Just take care of my...
Are you really that rich? Most of the...
Yes. Thanks to my husband. May he rest in...
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about...
What do you think of your...
I have...
Is there something in particular...
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming.
Tell me more about your arrival.
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins...
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son, despite...
She charged you for a bed?
Yes. And I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk...
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed.
Your son wished to die, Beatrice.
Are you not aware suicide is a crime?
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs.
All my son needs is help and comprehension, not judge.
Goodbye, Miss. Good evening.
No.
Really? Why are you...
I don't want to talk.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here.
Yes.
Could you at least tell me your names?
Mortimer.
How painful.
So painful, I'd rather not.
I'm sure you
Not really.
I see.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk. Wait.
How painful. I'll let you get...
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why did your mother have you hospitalized?
My mother just wants the best for me.
Pembroke Hospital.
It's not me you have to convince, Doctor.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor?
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what...
Tell me about it.
I don't want to talk.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because...
Yes.
All right, then. This is the first time we've really shared information.
Call it what you want, Doctor.
You can trust me. I won't report you.
I guess I should thank you, then.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after...
I see. And is this letter still near the...
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
I have to go.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
ฝรั่งเศสมันจะทำอะไรถ้าขึ้นบนเมืองขึ้นป่านนี้ก็คงเจริญไปแล้ว
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Yeah.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir, and I thank you for your generous donation.
It's locked, all right. Good evening.
Good evening.
Goodbye. It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Tomorrow?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed, a colleague. Are you a doctor?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your life...
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Sir, as a medic during the war,
How did you get this job?
After I left the...
Do you work?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do...
Why do you have to?
Because these poor fellows have no names.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic.
Have we met before?
I don't think so.
When we first talked to you.
Funny story.
A pawnbroker?
Yes, sir.
Who comes here to trade?
I'm very cautious, sir.
What kind?
With the quarantine, it's...
Since you're not afraid of dying.
No. I believe...
Do you think you would enjoy immortality?
I don't think so. Don't...
Do you really?
As I...
Quite depressing.
Yes. But the good...
So you're ready to...
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't...
You're a wise man.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living.
Whatever your motives, you're making money by stealing from the dead.
No offense, sir. But Dr. Swansea is one of my...
Please show me what you...
Of course. It's just... Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then...
It's locked.
ไม่กระเกตไม่น่าไปขัดเลย เอาไม่งั้นก็ได้เป็นเมืองขึ้นแล้วไงสังเกตก็สลิมดีๆนี่เอง
It's locked, all right.
Are going to reveal all your secrets to me, even the darkest thoughts in your heart.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember.
He was also very...
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation?
This hospital is not exactly the best of London.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the...
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell...
Some are really good, and others are not so good.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated...
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a...
Any opinion about the manager?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swan.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. Now,
don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good...
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about...
No. We must keep on healing all...
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan.
Goodbye, Doctor. Good evening.
Good evening, Doc.
แกอาจจะไปอยู่ฝรั่งเศสก็ได้
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here.
I know it's a difficult...
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold...
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Milton.
Not now. Please come back later.
I cannot enter.
ไม่ใช่ตามผู้หญิงไง
What
It's locked. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. The flower's dying. It needs water.
ใจเย็น
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now. It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody. So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are another. Those two have hidden their affections well. I cannot enter.
คือใครใครฝรั่งก็เยอะอยู่เรื่องนี้ยังเอามาไม่ถึงอีก 3-4 คนเฉยๆทำไมจะไม่มีเนาะทำอะไร แล้วมันก็บอกว่าชอบนะมันสัวเนาะ
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from mortals. But what about my thirst for blood? Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way, then. Thank you, nurse.
Not now!
It's locked, all right.
ถ้ามันท้องกันมันซี่กันแล้ววะนี่บนโต๊ะเรียบร้อยแล้วเหรอ 2อีกแน่ๆเลยสรุปใครเป็นนายใครวะ
I cannot enter. Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. It's locked. This key will surely grant me access to the basement. These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
นึกว่ามันมั่นไว้ตั้งนานแล้ว
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. It's locked. It's locked, all right. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. It's locked. Tippett had... These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
เพิ่งกลับมาปะนี่ต้องเทเขาไม่จุกกว่าเขาอมเลยฮะแล้วพ่อพระเอกว่าจะตายใช่ไหมเป็นไรอ่ะไม่ทางรักษาหรอหมอเก่งไม่มีเลยเหรอ
Good evening. Do you need any help?
I'm afraid
You are not a burden, sir.
And you have my grat.
How...
So...
I'll let you get...
Don't waste your time with me.
Yes, Doctor?
Let you down, my boy.
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't...
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
Your dedication to the Pembroke does you...
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor.
Lack of sleep and the medical...
London's trenches start here at Pembroke.
Exactly.
It really...
Please, could you...
It's the large boarded up building.
That's all.
I'm quite...
Thank you for your time.
Blundering idiot.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Good evening.
Doctor.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks. Maybe...
Goodbye, Doc. It's locked, all right.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital...
I wish I could share your enthusiasm.
I cannot express my thrill at this
There is an absurd poetry to my situation.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and...
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that...
Please.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our...
A spokesman or
Discretion is in order, Jonathan.
And you would like me...
By the stole of course.
Accepted.
Do you...
I have just...
Then
You mentioned something...
Certainly.
That...
I feel it what?
Yet you...
The brother.
Since you...
As men are...
The son.
You will find there is very little that can...
Must I...
You...
Since I'm the...
Well, for many years we...
Where do we...
So, to be honest, we cope on it.
What do you...
What we...
The man we...
He was a...
Where do...
The name means...
Just for...
A skull is easy...
We'll see...